Well, welcome. We are live here at Richmond Hall Studios, and you are now tuned into the Guy Sportscast. I mean, we got all my guys here with us. As you can see, it's already nuts. It's already bananas. We're already going crazy. And you are ready. You are going to be in store for the best night ever. And so before we get started, you got to take time right now. You need to share this with someone, the guys that you know, because we want to have a wild time and we want everyone to be here. You don't want to miss it. I mean, we got giveaways. We got so many crazy things happening. Trash talking, food. All right? So we're getting ready to get started, and we're gonna kick off. I'm gonna give it to our hosts, Pastor Joey and Justin. Guys, take it away.
Well, thank you, Derek. Welcome everybody again to the Block Guys Sportscast. Look, if you love to argue, if you love to fight and not get hit in the face physically, if you love to write long paragraphs on Facebook, tonight is your night. Come on, let's go. Let's argue. Let's get into it. We've got 3 segments to talk about sports, and I am here with my co-host, Justin Crosby. What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. You look good, man.
So do you. I like this velvet.
Appreciate it. I'm telling you, we're ready, and we've got some co-hosts. Justin will be with me the whole time. We've got some co-hosts with us at the different segments. Ishmael Amir is with us. Yeah. Say hello to the world.
Good evening. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Excited.
We're real glad to have you. You look pretty good too, man. I'm telling you. Let's get into it. Current sports. NBA Finals just finished. I know nobody watched it, but a few of us did. Did you enjoy?
I watched every moment of it.
You watched every moment?
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought the NBA did a great job in the bubble. It was fun to watch. What do you think?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I know I was excited and anxious, ready for the NBA to come back.
Yes.
We were all kind of sitting around waiting for sports.
Listen, I was so anxious and excited for sports to come back. Literally, it was a preseason game, and I threw a party at my house.
Yeah, no, seriously, I did the same thing. I had my Joel Embiid jersey on and 30 wings, and I was ready to go.
Can we not bring up names of the Sixers yet? Because I don't want to depress the show. But anyway, NBA Finals, let's talk about it. You can see it on your screen. What do you think it did for LeBron's legacy? Talk to me.
I think it helped him. I think you hear, the talk, and we'll talk about that later. But I just think with everything that was going on with Kobe's situation, and, I just think it was a perfect ending for the Lakers to win.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I loved every second of it. I think that it further puts LeBron in position to make a case. In a couple of years, he's already making a case, but I think this championship did nothing but help.
But don't you think that there's an asterisk to this NBA Finals?
Absolutely not.
You know what? Hold on. I will say that there is an asterisk, but only because of the bubble and the season having to pause and all of that.
But I think it took more concentration, more hard work for these guys to sit through with no haircuts, no family.
It was hard for us to watch nobody with haircuts.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Andre Iguodala looked terrible.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, but going back to LeBron's legacy for a moment, asterisk, could their bodies hold up? It's like Kawhi, he takes like 300 games off a year. I know LeBron doesn't take a ton of time off. I just wonder, like, a lot of time off, is it really something to be proud of?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree with Justin. I think even more so than previous years because of everything that was going on and everything that these players had to deal with.
And remember, they had to come back from, literally they had an off season in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it's true.
They had to restart.
It's a good point. It was a good point. I wish the game would have went. I wish it would have went to 7, but I just think that the Heat were out of gas. Speaking of the Heat, let's talk about Jimmy Butler for a second. If you're in the chats, I'd love to hear your opinion. I felt like a scorned ex-girlfriend. Like, I was rooting for Jimmy. I was so mad at the Sixers the whole time. I wanted Jimmy Butler to score 300 points a game. I wanted him
I was the opposite.
You were the opposite?
I know he used to be a Sixer, and it may not be his fault that he's not here, but I was rooting against him the whole time.
That is so egregious. That's crazy. It's so obnoxious that you would root against Jimmy Butler like it was his fault.
Misplaced aggression for Al Horford.
Clearly, for Al Horford.
But I can't.
And Tobias Harris, who makes more money than God to maybe make a few threes a game.
But Jimmy, I couldn't do it, man.
You got to deal with whatever that petty is going on in your life because
pray for me.
How could you be mad at Jimmy? Jimmy wanted to be here. No leadership. Brett Brown does not. All of it.
Jimmy needed to play that well, and the Sixers needed to to wallow in sorrow and be miserable and learn from it.
Being miserable, that's what it was.
You think Embiid eating his Chick-fil-A was watching and
he was tweeting and watching. He was
felt
tweeting
like
and
we taught
watching.
him a lesson? Like you really think?
Now he's probably eating Chick-fil-A right now.
Right now.
Right now.
He loves Chick-fil-A so much he eats it on Sundays and and doesn't. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Sixers. I definitely was rooting for Jimmy Butler, but here we are. Doc Rivers, he's with us. How do you feel?
I love the hire. I love the hire.
You love the hire.
I love the hire.
Yeah, I'm a fan as well.
Not a lot of options, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a player's coach. He's won a championship before. Even though you want to talk about this year's team, but that wasn't his fault. The Clippers.
How can you say a leader is a leader? How can you say with Kawhi, who is supposed to be
George
so there's
was
a different,
horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Horrible.
I think he takes responsibility for it. Ultimately, that's why he got fired.
Yes.
But when you dissect it after the fact and you look at what happened in that locker room, the things they're saying about Kawhi Leonard after the fact, and what we all know about Paul George after the fact.
Pandemic P. That's what we're going to call it.
I think Doc, I think he's a good fit, specifically for this team.
So is Toronto coach better than Doc Rivers?
I think you can make a case.
Or was Kawhi just so good last year when they went to the championship?
Kawhi
Many
was just
believe
so good.
Kawhi is the best in the league.
I wouldn't go
Those
there.
people are stupid.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. He doesn't play enough games. He doesn't put enough.
Somebody wrote in the comments probably right now that Kawhi's the best in the league, and then you just called him stupid. Come on, man. Don't diss our crowd, our audience, bro.
But y'all love the Doc Rivers signing. His staff is going to make a difference as well, so I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, but Doc Rivers won one championship, and he had Kevin Garnett in his prime. He had Paul Pierce in his prime. He had Ray Allen. In a sense, in their prime, they were hungry. They did beat the Lakers.
Yes.
Was it a Shaqless Lakers team that
Yes,
they
Paul
beat?
Gasol Lakers.
Okay, okay, but
and Lamar
still,
Odom.
but
Don't forget Lamar.
lot we could say about Lamar. We'll move on from that. I'm just saying, Embiid and the point guard that plays on our team who doesn't know how to shoot.
Doesn't want to shoot.
Kevin Garnett.
Want to shoot.
Just shoot, bro.
100% agree.
Listen,
I don't care if it goes in. I just want him to shoot the basketball.
I
That's all that
agree,
matters.
but do what you're good at.
It is so preposterous and so unconscionable that we would tank for 36 years and stay with Brett Brown and all of this stuff so that we would have a point guard who doesn't shoot.
You are absolutely
Listen,
right. You are absolutely right about that.
He doesn't shoot, and he's an all-star.
Bro,
should have been Defensive
Eric
Player of the
Snow
Year.
has a better shot. Had a better shot.
Agreed. But he still doesn't need to do it right now.
You've seen that he can do it.
Yes.
You've seen the potential. And I know you're
What, like
tired.
3 shots?
You're tired of hearing
I'm
about
so tired
Ben's
of
He was 2 for 3
potential.
from 3. He was
And
2 for 3 from 3. Good
Ben, I'm
percentage.
tired of hearing about your potential as well. But it's time for him to start shooting, and I think Doc can be the key.
I think to fix the Sixers, we need an entire overhaul of the roster. I'd like to see Embiid stay. What are your thoughts?
I think that if you're going to overhaul the roster, I think you first one out the door is Al Horford.
Yes.
Out the door.
We love you in a godly love. We don't love you as maybe a basketball player. Al Horford's got to go.
Yes.
Could Rondo come here? Would that be good?
I would like them to sign Rondo this offseason.
Is Rondo a Hall of Famer?
I think what Rondo adds to the Sixers is that he's going to be able to stretch the floor. He's going to be able to run up and down the court. You move Ben to the 4. Ben, get the ball out of his
But they
hands because we know
both
he's not
don't
going to
shoot,
shoot.
so we can't have two of those guys.
Ben has a serviceable
Rondo
mid-range.
played ball in
and
the
Rondo
finals, though.
He
will
did
be
ball
a
out.
Hall of Famer.
He did ball out.
Playoff P.
Could we convince like Reggie Miller to come back from retirement and maybe just or
Ray,
Ray Allen?
Allen Iverson. Hey, if you're out there, if you're watching, bro, I miss you.
Yes, Alan, come back. We'll take that too. Anyway, speaking of bad things happening in Philadelphia, let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles for a moment. And can we fix the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yes, but hopefully
They stink.
Yeah, they do. But offensive line play is horrible. But because everybody's injured, Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson are stealing the same money that Al Horford is stealing. And Wentz, he's just been bad. I mean, there's no excuses.
Well, I mean,
He fought against the Niners.
he's got nobody to throw the ball to. He has no one to throw the football to.
Whatever his
Hey
name.
man, why you hating on Greg Ward, bro?
Exactly. Exactly. So Justin's right. I mean, I think they need their receivers back. They need Deshaun on the field. They need Alshon on the field.
To stretch the field, to open it up for Ertz, and Goddard's hurt too. So
look, I think Nick Foles should be mayor of Philadelphia, and he should never have to get voted. He should just actually be king of Philadelphia.
He already is.
However, I don't put all of this on Carson Wentz. I think he played well. He fought against the 49ers, played well. I thought he fought against the Steelers. I thought that was a good game. It's hopeful. And at the end of the day, the NFC East is so
terrible.
It's so trashy that we still can win
the division.
And I hate what happened to Dak.
Yeah.
I don't hate.
I do too.
What happened to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Make that clear. I want to see the Cowboys lose.
That's a good way
forever.
to put it. Man, you might have a future in politics. That's a great way.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, the NFC East is wide open because who else? Who else is there?
Let me talk about Jason Peters for a second, because he's kind of doing a similar thing as Deshaun Jackson.
Yes.
And it's really a shame.
Stealing money.
And they paid him more money to change his position because he came in as wanting to be the right guard, and then now he's at left tackle. So he's got more money.
He's getting up there too.
Yeah, he's what, 38? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's old.
Yeah, 38 is 98 in football years.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's move on for that. I love, just before we got to take a break here shortly, but I'd love to hear your predictions. Who is winning the Super Bowl? I saw the Chiefs just got Le'Veon Bell somehow.
Cheating.
The rich just get richer, baby.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
Cheating? Why is it cheating?
They don't need him.
Does the NFL manipulate storylines? I am convinced. How does that happen?
It's all a little too perfect, if
Yes.
you will, the way that falls into place for them.
So who do you got?
So I have the Green Bay Packers winning the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has been amazing this year.
So
they're
far.
4-0.
So far, 4 games.
1,200 yards already. I think 13 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like
His defense looks
75%
good.
complete,
I think that's the
completion
biggest
rating.
thing
They have
for the
a good
Packers is
defense.
that they have a good defense this year.
Good running back core. Good receivers, even though I don't know their names besides Devontae Adams. But I think the
Way to
Packers
come on
are
a Block
just...
Sportscast and not know the receiver's name, okay?
But that means that's how good he is.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. He's older, and he usually flails out. And they did draft a quarterback because maybe they don't fully believe.
Well, he's going to make him a believer this year.
All right. What do you think?
I like that pick, Justin, but I'm going to go, I mean, to be the champs, you got to beat the champs.
It's true.
And there's no way I can pick against Andy Reid and the Chiefs right now. I know that they just lost that game to the Raiders last week. The Raiders had a really great game plan that they put together.
Did.
And they
Maybe.
covered.
Andy
They
Reid's
covered.
probably calling a timeout right now on accident.
Absolutely.
And it's possible that last year was a fluke.
I don't know about that one.
I mean,
as good as I think Patrick Mahomes is able to make up for what Andy Reid lacks.
He's special, and with Bell there, and that whole squad, that whole team, I think it's possible the Chiefs win again. However,
you just said it, they just signed Le'Veon, too.
Chicago Bears, Nick Foles, bear down, Chicago Bears.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
They're
it's not gonna happen.
They're not
crazy.
winning. No. My pick is the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks win the Super Bowl. I literally could watch Russell Wilson walk his dog. Like, he is that finesse. Like, it is just like absolute just beauty. Whatever that man does, he does it well. And I think Russell Wilson is Aaron Rodgers' kryptonite.
They do play each other well, but I'm still going with the Packers. But Russell Wilson is great.
Great.
So
MVP.
Packers, Chiefs,
That's
Super Bowl.
That's what I'm thinking. And then Packers, of course, winning.
And you should tell
Chiefs
us in
win
the
the
chat.
Super Bowl.
And take a
I'm calling it
screenshot.
now.
All right, well, so we've got Chiefs, Seahawks. You're wrong, maybe wrong. Go Raiders. And, hey, I think it was a great spirited discussion. I can't wait to come back. But right now, we've got to take a break. We'll see you in a moment. Thanks.
Well, welcome back. Things are already starting to heat up, and I'm sure you're wondering what's happening here, and we're gonna get to it, trust me. But if you're new or you were invited by a friend, our hosts are dropping a link in the chat right now because we want to know. And in fact, I'm feeling generous, so somebody that fills out that form, we're gonna select someone at random to get this free Block Guys t-shirt, all right? And we want to shout out every guy that's watching right now. Come on, how about it? How about it? So make sure you fill out that form. Free shirt might be yours. But I'm here with Mario, who we affectionately like to call Uncle Mayor. Uncle Mayor, why don't you tell us, who you are, what you do, and I just have to say, I know we're talking about sports, but this is honestly the real reason why I'm here tonight, because there's food here, and where there's food, there's me. So Uncle Mayor, tell us what you do, who you are.
Hey man, I'm Mario and Colingo from Catered by Mario's. Do a little cooking show, YouTube cooking show. I was blessed to be asked here by Pastor Joey. I think there's an awesome event. I'm excited to do this. Theme, we're at the stadiums, stadium foods.
What we have at the stadium.
You go to the ballpark with your boys and your girls. you got a cheesesteak. I want to make some cheesesteaks for you today.
Okay.
I got some chicken wings. I made some homemade blue cheese dressing for the wings to be dipped in.
You can't have wings without blue cheese. Now, all those blasphemous people that put ranch on their wings, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. Blue cheese only on my wings.
That's the original,
and
baby.
I want flats, okay?
I got to turn down the heat on this
So
guy.
we got the heat on. Tell us, what makes a good cheesesteak?
What makes a great cheesesteak?
Okay, great. Yes.
Is the way I make it. How's that?
You heard it here first, folks.
So anyway, ribeye beef is where it's at. You go to Philadelphia, we're known for cheesesteaks. The best cheesesteaks are made with ribeye meat, chipped thin, cut real nice and thin. Mm-hmm. Some guys like to use it whole, like medallions, but most of the people prefer it chopped up.
Okay.
Me personally, I like it with. We can get into that when I start making you a cheesesteak. American cheese all day long for me.
Now, what kind of roll?
A nice Italian roll.
Nice.
This is the size you got to look for. You know what I'm saying? You don't want one like that. You want a big roll. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're gonna pay $9-10 for a cheesesteak, you better get your roll.
Plus tax, so that's 13 already. Now, the big question I have: whiz or no whiz?
For me, American cheese.
That's right.
All right.
All
American
you people
cheese,
out there putting whiz on your cheesesteaks, you got to get out of here. We don't have time for that.
No.
That's very touristy of you.
Exactly.
So get your whiz and get on out. Hit the road.
You got it. Yep.
All right,
yes,
so
sir.
You got your steak, you got your roll, and then you have onions.
Caramelized
That's
onions.
Right, caramelized onions seals the deal.
It does. You want me to make up a cheesesteak
let's
while
see,
we're
let's
here,
see.
man?
I'm taking notes.
We're gonna throw this meat on there.
Oh,
I already kind of
sizzle.
pre-cooked it for you guys.
You wish you were here right now.
Now we're going to talk about the onions, the with or without. So what do you like?
I like it with.
All right, so that's there. There you go.
How do you say it? You order?
When you hear with or without. It's not with or without.
With
it's
or
with or
without.
without.
With or without. That's one word.
Okay.
With or without.
With or without.
You can't say with.
Now I have
without.
two spatulas here for one reason. I want to show you when these guys are cooking on these flat tops. This is how they chop the meat.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I always wanted to do that.
So that's what you're doing.
I would try it right now.
I already did it because I did it in the kitchen, guys. So we're out here in the hall, and we're going to throw some onions on here, right?
Yeah, get the onions on there. Wow, beautiful.
This is going to be
a
beauty.
Look at that.
Look at this, huh?
That sizzle.
It's hot. All right.
Come on, no sizzle. You ain't doing nothing. If you're not sizzling like this, you're not really cooking.
Got a little juice in here too. Why don't we get some of that on there?
Oh, you gotta get the juice.
That's going to make this melt.
Now, I have a question.
Cheese.
And I'm sure, Uncle Mayor, you would say you make the best cheesesteaks.
I do.
But we're here in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, known for the great cheesesteaks. So we want to hear from you at home. Who in Philly? Let's settle the debate. And I want to hear from our studio audience too. Who makes the best cheesesteaks? Okay. I'm hearing some Mario. I'm hearing some Frank.
I appreciate you guys. I just want everyone to know, though, I'm not in the cheesesteak business anymore. I do them for action stations at catering events. But these guys out there in Philly that have little cheesesteak shops, they're killing it right now. I mean, you know, we do have the best cheesesteaks in Philadelphia.
That's right.
We're the only place to have. I mean,
that's right.
We
Those
originated.
other cities, they call it a steak and cheese. They do all types of wild stuff.
The Fugazi. That's all. It's Fugazi, right? You got this raw. Look at this cheesesteak meat. Look how nice that's coming out.
That's beautiful.
Huh? Look at that.
Look at that.
That's what we're talking about, right?
That is amazing.
See? And
I would say who my favorite cheesesteak comes from. Oh, that's beautiful.
All right.
Look at that.
And then we're gonna put that in there. And let me tell you something. You shoot a little bit of ketchup on there.
That's right.
Oh.
Top it off. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, guess what? This is going to be for you, my brother. Look at that, huh?
That's
a cheesesteak, huh? That's it.
Let's go.
That's all.
Now
we're gonna enjoy it.
We're gonna enjoy it. I've always wanted to
have any because I'm on a low carb diet.
Oh, well, God bless you. I am not. So I just need this button not to pop off my suit. So I'm just gonna have a bite.
Yes, please. You want me to put this over there? So
No, I'm just gonna hold it.
You go. Look at that, huh?
Oh.
Hot, right?
I don't even have any words.
There you go.
So good. You wish you were here to take this cheesesteak. What else do we have coming up? We got some more?
Yeah, I got some wings. I want to chop these in here. They take a little longer to cook. These wings, I marinated them overnight, and then I bake them in the oven.
Okay.
That way, if you're entertaining at home, this is the way to do it, so you're not dealing with a lot of BS all day. You can have a cocktail with your family or whatever you do, choose to enjoy yourself. They're marinated, little salt, pepper, overnight, and then I stick them in the oven. I bake them off. I'm gonna shut this off so we don't have a problem.
That's right. We don't have time for any fire.
Yeah, I don't want to burn down my hall here.
I don't want you to burn down your hall here.
Everyone knows that this is our catering hall.
That's right.
Marinate them, stick them in the oven, cook them off for a half hour. Make sure they're fully cooked. That way you don't have to worry about if you're serving for guests and things like that. I got a nice hot wing sauce that I prepared.
A secret recipe,
I got a secret recipe. I want to share a little bit with you. I'm not going to give you all the little tricks.
So you got to make sure you stay tuned because you got some secret recipes. I'm going to be taking notes, so get your notepad out because we're going to hear the secret recipe.
Yeah, man.
And we got some fries too coming out
I got some fries,
Nice.
if it makes it to the fryer later, we'll see what happens. We
are just so glad that you are here with us, Mayor, and I think we're ready to kick it back to our host for tonight. You guys ready to get into segment 2? All right, that's right. Well, let's kick it back to our host, Pastor Joey. Justin, take it away.
Well, it smells great in the studio. Welcome back again. My name is Joey, hosting with you tonight alongside my co-host, Justin Crosby. And we're getting ready to get into segment 2. And we're talking GOAT, greatest of all time. And we've got some guests, Justin, with us. We've got Abi Rubio. We've got Miguel Vargas, 2 gentlemen who did not play college sports at all, but who are going to tell you who they think is the greatest of all time. So without further ado, Justin, take it away. Lead us here.
Yes. So the first topic we're going to talk about is the best quarterback of all time. Brady or Montana?
Not Brady.
Wow, they're loud in the studio.
Super loud. So before I argue with you, Albie, I love you. I just want to give a shout out to my boys at Sunday B. We love you guys. I know you guys are out there showing us right now. And I know you're going to hate me right now when I say this, but Tom Terrific is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Facts!
6 Super Bowl rings.
Yes.
Facts.
14-time Pro Bowl. I mean, I could go with all these stats. Abi, I've got tons of stats, my brother. I mean, what do you want to do? What's your argument for Montana? I want to hear the argument first so I can really rebut that. What's your argument for Montana,
He's been
brother?
the greatest of all time longer than you've been alive.
Facts.
You got more. You got a little bit more
I've
than
got
that.
tons of stats. I'm saying, like, Abi has...
I can start. Let's start
You
here.
can't just say he's great, though, not back it up.
Oh, no, I can back it up.
Let's start here.
How many rings?
He's got 6 rings.
Okay.
9 times he went.
Okay.
13 conference championships.
6 of 9, you said. 6
he
of 9.
won 6 and 9. He went 9 times, so he's only lost 3 times.
Okay, I thought the GOAT has to win every time. Every time he has to win.
Or Nick Foles. All right,
we'll bring that up later if that's the case. If you think that every time.
No, that's what we said. You got to win them all.
No, that's not true. You can't win them all, right?
6 rings. We can start 6 rings.
6 rings. All right, so let me ask you a question. How many NFL franchises have 6 rings?
Well, there's my Pittsburgh Steelers.
Got you. Who else?
There's
the Patriots. Only a team. And who's the quarterback for those 6? Tom Terrific.
What about the Fleetgate?
Listen,
what about the cheating? What about the cheating?
Everyone cheats in football, though.
Who cares about a football that's got a little
It's easier
air?
to catch.
That's harder to throw, too.
My question
It's
is
harder
this.
to throw. He's so good, he had to make it hard on himself because he was getting bored of winning.
Ankle weights at the same time, too. That's what he's probably doing. He's wearing ankle weights as well.
My question is this. So you have 6 rings.
Yes.
6 rings. Do you have to win those games, or do you have to game manage those games, or do you have to? Because there's been Super Bowl champs, people that have won Super Bowls that haven't done much and still get credited with a ring. So we want to start with the 6. We can go to the first one.
Go for it.
First stat here.
You talking Tom?
16. This is Tom. This is Tom. 16 for 27, 145 yards, and 1 touchdown. The greatest.
He was like 10.
He was like 10 years old. This was his first season as a starter.
2001, the Rams were the greatest show on turf and were held to 17 points.
And Terrific Tom, by his spirit, by his might, did that.
Here's
cheating.
Football, ready? Football is
04 is when they cheated. 04 is when they cheated, and they won that one too. But
so what did they choose?
It's fine. The Spygate. The Spygate. We know about the Spygate.
Listen,
Come on.
everyone cheats in football.
We know about the Spygate.
If you had the opportunity to have an advantage,
Everyone cheats in football.
They do.
Everyone cheats in baseball.
No, just the Astros.
Here's where we need to focus. So the first 3 Super Bowls. So you have 2001 against the Rams, 2003 against the Panthers, 2004 against the beloved Philadelphia Eagles. In those 3 Super Bowls, what was the score differential?
3 points.
So the kickers. Is he a Hall of Famer?
He is actually going to be a Hall of Famer.
Are you saying?
But he had to get him. Listen, he had to get him to the position to kick the field goal.
I'm just curious.
Justin, are you hearing what I'm hearing? Is Albie saying that Tom Brady is not a Hall of Famer?
No, he's saying that Adam Vinatieri.
I'm saying Adam Vinatieri. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes, he
Because
is.
I believe Steven Gostowski, who also helped him win 2-3 more Super Bowls, is also going to be a Hall of Famer. Was Montana's Hall of Fame
Nobody
kicker?
in sports history
He
has
also played with 3 Hall of Famers: Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, and was it Roger Craig?
There was.
Right? He played with 3. Tom Brady had 2, and he didn't win it. He had Sale and he had Moss, and he won nothing.
Seau Moss and Ty Law. Ty Law is a Pro Bowler.
And the Falcons Super Bowl, that was Kyle Shanahan choking and play calling.
The Atlanta Falcons are still choking as they did 2 weeks ago and the week before that. So if you want to give Tom Brady credit for a team that the Atlanta Falcons are the only team that could lose that Super Bowl that way.
Here's the thing.
No. Not even the Cleveland Browns could lose that Super Bowl that way.
But the Atlanta Falcons game is quintessential Tom Brady. You can never count him out. If my life was on the line, if my kid's life was on the line, from the 2-yard line, I want Tom Brady leading the charge.
Tom Brady for which team?
And if he's throwing to a lacrosse player, is that even a sport? If he's throwing to which they had, if he's throwing to a cheer, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's had no receivers.
Anybody, he'll use anybody.
He had nobody.
And does he coach the receivers, or does Bill Belichick coach the receivers?
He's a quarterback that's super intelligent and cerebral, right? Everyone says this system. He had Drew Bledsoe. They didn't do nothing. Drew Bledsoe had to go down.
Actually, time out. If we look back at the stats in 2001,
and he just threw 5 touchdowns as a 43-year-old.
Can I say this for Drew
Eating
Bledsoe?
salmon and pistachio ice cream.
For Drew Bledsoe, who's done nothing.
What down was as well.
You get old, you forget.
2001, the Patriots have to go to my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. And they go and they win the game. Why? Because Drew Bledsoe comes in for Tom Brady after getting injured and throws an 11-yard touchdown pass to David Patton, who wins. They end up winning that game by a touchdown. In 2001, one of Tom Brady's actual wins on the road, because everybody knows if you have to go to New England and win, weird things happen in New England. They're 6-1 in AFC Championship games.
And it's okay.
6-1.
Weird things happen in New England. That's true. Witches, all kinds of stuff.
happen.
Hey, listen, let me ask you
The
something.
Patriots record 96-1 when they're leading at the half.
Justin,
That's phenomenal, right?
how do you feel? How do you feel about this?
Please, somebody with some sense.
So I
get in
like
this
Tom
argument.
Brady, but
It's not about likability.
Oh my gosh.
It's not about personality.
All right, greatest
It's
quarterback
about-
all time, truthfully, Tom Brady.
It's not even a question.
Truthfully, Tom Brady.
It's
He's
not
played
even.
Truthfully, Tom Brady.
So why is Joe Montana the greatest? Abby, tell us.
21 seasons, 4
So
Super
what?
Bowls,
He's
4 for
durable.
4. 4 Super Bowls, 4
Stop.
for 4.
Terry Bradshaw's 4-4 too, but he's not the greatest.
Talk about Joe Montana for a second, okay?
4 Super Bowls, 4 for 4. In those Super Bowls that he actually played, 357, 305. He won 3 MVP. It's Jerry Rice. Okay, I'll give you that. He's
Yeah,
throwing
you
it.
need to
He's
give
throwing
him that
Jerry
one.
Rice. But
And he does backup Super Bowl.
He's
He
got
does backup Hall of Fame quarterback,
two
Steve Young.
different. He won with 2 different coaches. So for as much as you want to argue West Coast offense, it wasn't Bill Walsh in '90 that he actually won. And Montana, again, the argument is that Tom Brady's better because he has more wins or he has more Super Bowls than Montana. But if you look at 2 of them that he won, he didn't do anything. He just showed up.
He also has the most passing yards for a Super Bowl game. The game he lost
No,
with
no,
the Eagles.
time out. The
Over
last
500 yards
Super
passing.
Bowl that he won,
he did.
the last Super Bowl that he won against the Rams, he did not win that Super Bowl. He just showed up.
Okay, I want to make a statement, and I think this is important to think about, okay? Tom Brady has been playing longer than most of us have been alive.
A
and
third
coherent.
more of season than Joe Montana.
Okay.
So I just want to say that.
And
21
we
versus
know
14
that
years.
athletes evolve, and they probably maybe get better. At least some errors are different. They're more physical. It's harder to throw, harder to get, depending on what the error is. Okay, Tom Brady has been great in every era he's played in, and I think the competition, the athleticism, the kind of people that are playing today. Okay, and he's continued to be great in the midst of all of that. He has to be the greatest.
For which team and what coach?
Abby.
The same team.
He was
the
picked
same
199.
coach.
Hold on,
Time out.
Abby.
Wait,
He was
wait,
picked
guys.
199. He was a pick in the 6th round. No one, listen, he won a backup championship in
Three
college in Michigan.
championships.
He was a
with-
backup.
Three Super Bowls, #1 defense. He had the #1 defense.
But I love the conversation. It's getting heated.
I'll argue this.
I
all
know,
day,
it's
but
getting
we
heated.
can move on.
But this is
We gotta move on.
But this
It's
is
okay.
perfect for the next topic.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is the real heat right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Somebody come grab this mic.
Who is the greatest basketball player of all time? LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
Do you want to start this? You know what? Listen, there's no argument. Hold on. Abby's argument for the 4 for 4. It's MJ, 6 for 6, right? Your argument just before for Montana, 4 for 4.
But you're saying that
right?
Brady is the greatest going 6 for 9.
Well, because it's
so
football,
why,
different
why
sport,
couldn't LeBron
right?
be 4 for 9 or 4 for 10 and be the greatest?
Because that's trash, bro.
Why is it only trash in basketball?
Clutch gene.
That's trash. He doesn't
You
have the
can't
clutch
argue
factor.
greatest standards
makes the
for
right
here.
play.
You can't
and
have it. It's different sports, though. We can argue what we want in different sports, right? We're men. We can do what
All
we
right,
want to do.
so why do you think Jordan is the greatest
Jordan,
of all
listen,
time?
I hated Jordan.
Give us
I'm a
some
Knicks
numbers.
fan, all right? I'm a Knicks fan. I hated Jordan. Jordan, listen, think of it this way. LeBron has won his 4th at age 35. Jordan retired at age 35 with number 6, took 2 years off, had 11 seasons and won 6
That's
rings.
it. That's good.
Come on, bro.
That's it.
Listen, LeBron had to jump teams to win to come back to win again.
Here's my argument. Here's my argument.
Come on,
I love
LeWiner. That's my bad,
I'm
LeWiner.
going on record. I love Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the best. I mean, growing up in that era, Michael Jordan is the best. My argument is that LeBron James is not done. So for the people that want to say, right now Stephen A. Smith has gone live saying there's nothing that LeBron James can do to pass Michael Jordan. What if LeBron James wins 3 more? You tell me, because these are the arguments for Jordan.
Yeah.
It was a different era. He went 6 for 6.
They didn't play defense on Jordan
They
either.
didn't play defense. So what is the curved grade? You remember curve grading from middle school? You know what I'm talking about. What is the curve grading that you got to do with LeBron James? Like he's got to win 10 to be better than Jordan?
LeBron James needs Jesus, he needs Mary,
Facts.
he needs Joseph, he needs the
hairline,
Pope,
too.
he needs other countries, he needs everybody possible to win a
He
championship.
does, because he always wants, like, I need someone, I need this. Listen, he jumps on a team, everyone gets fired. New coach, everyone comes in.
But my thing
It's
is
crazy.
Where's his Phil Jackson? You had
Phil Jackson wasn't Phil Jackson
He
until
went
he
forward
listened.
with
Phil
no Phil Jackson.
What's Phil Jackson doing with the Knicks?
He didn't do nothing. He's actually been fired.
Whoa,
from the
whoa.
Knicks.
I'm just saying.
Kobe doesn't
That's
have
my
any
point.
rings without Phil Jackson. Mike has 6 rings. Phil
But
Jackson
Kobe
was
has a ring without Shaq.
The coach.
Phil Jackson takes winners. It's called a team win, right?
So listen, what
Just
I will say is, I will say that Mike, right now, the greatest of all time.
Agreed.
But
100%.
when it's all said and done, LeBron is going to be the best of all time.
Wow.
Stats. He's going to probably be the #1 scoring of all time. He's probably going to be
You
top
think
5
rings,
assists.
6 rings, 5
He'll
rings.
have 5 rings. And
Not
then we're not
four,
even
not
going
five, not six.
and we're not even going to talk about off the court. He's way better than Mike.
Well, that's fine. That's a different thing. You don't really gauge greatness off the court,
That's what
though.
makes the player.
Yeah.
No, it's on the court.
But also,
That's what makes the player.
The clutch factor. Look.
LeBron wears
I don't
Jordans.
even think LeBron is number 2.
No,
where's
LeBron?
Hold on.
After Jordan, he wears his number 2. doesn't
Jordan never shot under 40% in the finals. He had 4 championships without a 20-point scorer in the playoffs. Jordan, 3 versus 1, scoring plus assisting 50% of the team, okay? Listen to this. Jordan, 10 scoring titles to LeBron 1. Jordan, 9 all-defensive first versus LeBron, right? 3 steals titles. I mean, I can go on and on. And here's the thing. I think Kobe is better than LeBron, okay? One reason. The clutch factor. LeBron does not have ice in his veins. When you lose to the Dallas Mavericks and you've got Ray Allen just shooting threes, and you've got Chris Paul.
That was a tough one.
Can we talk about who was on that Mavericks team?
Who's on the Mavericks team?
Jason Kidd is actually on that team. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Tyson Chandler ends up winning Defensive Player of the Year in 2012. So let's Lamar Odom, Sean Marion, Paige.
You're LeBron James. It's not supposed to be. If you're the greatest, it's not supposed to matter who you play. Jordan never lost a championship.
40% three-point shooter.
And here's the thing.
They lost.
Kobe.
I don't think Michael Jordan would lose that series to the Mavericks.
No,
but
he doesn't.
He didn't. They're not scrubs.
And you know what? Listen,
he didn't
Kobe,
lose to just nobody.
Kobe, he won a title without Shaq. And I think
He won
Kobe,
2.
He won 2
If you
without
put
I know.
08 and 09 LeBron James on that Lakers team, they also win
All right,
the title.
so let me move us on because we probably won't ever agree. I think all of you are wrong.
it's all day.
And so, here, what do you think maybe would be the greatest sports team ever? Since we're talking about GOATs, and I'd love to see that in the chats, but greatest sports team ever. What do you think, Justin?
So my greatest sports team, and I'm going to get killed for this, but I thoroughly believe that the 2017 Warriors with Kevin Durant.
They ain't got no rings.
Yeah, when the dream team gets together.
With Kevin Durant, we talk about Steph Curry, Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time. You got Kevin Durant, maybe the second best shooter of all time. Klay Thompson, the third best shooter of all time. They play defense.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go to my stats.
When you put the 92 Dream Team in 2017 version together, well, who else on it? And they don't win one ring without Draymond Green.
First in points per game, first in offensive rating, second in defensive rating. So they did play defense. They did play defense. 67 wins. We want to talk about they went 4-0, 4-0, 4-0 in the playoffs. They lost one game to the Cavs. That was game 3, I believe, or game 4. It was just an amazing team, and I just think that they're the best.
All right, that's your opinion.
Defense, offense, there's nothing you can do.
Just because it's your opinion does not make it fact and does not make it true. Miguel.
That's just stats.
These make it facts. The paper with
That's just exactly. Cross that out.
with the stats on it. This.
No.
I like it. Okay. What about you, Miguel?
So I'm a super old head, right? And I'm a huge baseball fan.
Take us back.
Old head,
Take it
like
back.
I'll take it back.
literally.
I hate the Yankees. Let me just let that be known. I'm a Mets fan, diehard, but I respect tradition. And I'm gonna say this is probably the best team ever. Is the 27 Yankees called Murderers Row. They had 7 Hall of Famers.
That's 1927. For you youngins, 1927.
Listen, they had 7 Hall of Famers in that squad. They won 111 games that year, and Babe Ruth set the single-season home run record with 60 that year. That team was insane. Like you just can't do that.
Who was throwing? Who was playing?
Listen, and that's okay. You know what it is? It's respecting your history where you came from, and I respect where that came from.
Whose granddad that owned the store on the weekend?
Listen, you know what it was? You know what it is? It was my grandfather when he talked to me about sports. He mentioned the great teams, and that was a phenomenal team.
Wow, he pulled out the 1927.
Well, we're World War I.
You know,
can I shift it up a little bit?
Yeah, 1 second. But you know what's crazy to think about? Think about this. One day, Michael Jordan is going to be like a Babe Ruth, and what I mean by that is kids, like our kids, not even going to think about Michael Jordan the way that we think about him today.
My nephew told me Steph Curry is the greatest basketball player in the world.
Wow.
Did you choke him?
I almost did.
I mean, he was on the best team all the time, so
I
you might be saying
I don't even know
something.
what to say to him. I love you. If you're watching, I love you.
Avi, your favorite team?
Yeah, so I'm going to move this up
60 years.
4 decades, 5, 6, 7, 8.
60.
I'm going to take it to the 1998 New York Yankees. They won 114 games. most up to this point in a season. They led the league in runs with no one hitting over 28 home runs. Pitching staff combined for 79 and 35 record. You have Mariano Rivera, you have Jeter, you have Baby Jeter, you have Bernie Williams, Paul O'Neill, Tito Martinez, Scott Brocious, all those guys. Let's see what we got here. They only gave up a run and 13 hits to the Texas Rangers that year in the ALDS. They end up sweeping the Padres, who had Kevin Brown, had a crazy, awesome year that year. Squad. Trevor Hoffman is a Hall of Famer. Tony Gwynn was on that team.
Yeah.
And for me, I mean, my first baseball game I got a chance to go to was Game 2 of that World Series in New York. So
and that's
was
also
cool.
the beginning of their three-peat, too.
And then you get another three-peat, so 99, 2000 against the Mets.
Takes money to win, I guess. If you're going to buy the league. I think one of my favorite teams, I mean, obviously I think probably maybe, I don't know, we could debate, the 95-96 Bulls, 72-10, but I think the best team is the 85 Bears. And the Bears, bear down, okay? All right, we had sweetness, okay? We had the Super Bowl shuffle. We had the fridge, okay? The fridge. We had
Super Bowl shuffle.
The fridge. Walter Payton. Mike Ditka, who I model my leadership after. I hope to pastor this church just like Ditka, okay? I'm just kidding.
We can tell.
We had...
We're going to say
Ditka. We had Buddy Ryan coaching the defense. We had Mike Singletary, Aaron McNair. I just feel like we need that sort of attitude again, Like, I just feel like we're weak in general as people. And if everybody could just take on the spirit...
People are weak.
Up here, you guys are weak. You're missing the point.
Okay.
We need that spirit of the 85 Bears. That's all I'm saying, okay? And 15-1. I'm just saying, I like it. I like their swag. I like their attitude. That's my team, all right?
And think they were losing.
And I get the final word, okay? I get the final word, and here's the final word. I think Ditka can beat LeBron one-on-one.
No.
And
He just
eating,
stirs it up. He's just stirring up hot.
Football? Yes.
Eating
Football
cheesesteaks.
probably
And
not.
eating
Right.
cheesesteaks.
Maybe.
Yeah, he
And
probably
eating
can't outcoach
cheesesteaks.
him either.
No, but Jeter could beat him one-on-one. All right, here we go. I'm kidding. I get the final word because I'm in charge. Great spirited debate. I really appreciate it. Listen, we've got to hear from our sponsors. I'm going to let them take it away. We'll be right back. Well, we hope you're having a great time and excited about our Block Guys one-day event that will be happening in 2021. Let's get thinking about that. Let's get inviting. It's going to be an absolute great event. And I just wanted to take a pause in the middle of all of our arguing and maybe get on the same page for a second. I'm sitting here with my friend Chris Bartell, and welcome to the Block Guys Sportscast. Thank you. And Chris and I, we really connected on a conversation about the importance of having godly men in your life when we were at a wedding, a COVID wedding, and it was pretty hilarious night, wasn't it?
Well, it was the first wedding back, and everyone was wearing masks, so think about a bunch of guys in the dance floor wearing masks and trying to find girls to dance with.
Yeah, the girls didn't know who was asking them to dance, which I guess could be a good strategy, if you're ugly. But anyway, but we're hanging out, we're talking, we're eating dinner, and we have this really awesome conversation about something that happened in your life at one of our Block Guy events. And I'd love it if you just take a moment and share with all of us maybe what God did in your life at one of those events.
Yeah, so I got invited by my friend Dave, and it was the night before the event, and so he just asked me if I wanted to come, and I said, sure, I'll come. And during the event, the event split up into two different talks, and one of them was about sort of like a financial peace mini event. And for me, I'd sat through those types of talks 30 times. I'm 39 years old, so 30 times in my life I'd sat through those, right? And one of my really good friends, Zach, was talking he was the other session. And so I'm sitting ready to watch Zach talk, and I just felt God pulling on me, go listen, go listen, go listen. And I'm like,
to
no.
the financial one.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. So finally I got up and I went after it had started and just kind of worked my way into the back. And it was, a lot of the Dave Ramsey stuff about the debt snowball and stuff I had heard. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm 37. I've got a great job. I've sat through this 30 times. Why am I still in debt? Like, why is this happening? And I can't say that it was like one thing that was said in that event, but it was the moment that I had finally told me, you tell yourself, this is the day I go to the gym, or this is the day that I do something, right? And then you don't. And it's 6 months later, and I wish
that was your moment.
That was my moment.
So what happened?
So I just told myself right then and there that the handcuffs that I felt, the prison that I felt that was in debt, that I started praying every day. God, do whatever it takes to change my heart to end this. And what didn't happen was that I didn't win the lottery, so it didn't happen overnight. I had to go through a learning process.
I would have expected double tithe, by the way. If anyone wins the lottery, I get 20%, okay, by the way, just for clarity.
Yeah. So God really took me through a healing process that I had to go back to the moment where I started to believe the lies that created the habits of me getting in debt. And it was just some conversations that I had with some people that are really important in my life, and it turned into just, you can always pay it off later. You can always pay it off later. If you can't pay it off now, you can always pay it off later. And I work in sales, so it's an environment where you're not at a debt, I'm not at a salary ceiling. I can always make more money. So I can look at my life and say, okay, I can pay my debt off here, or I can go on this vacation that I really want to go on. And I just kept taking that route. And so once that I healed, I had to do this thing that no one likes to do, and it's really just go through a repentance process and just say, God, just change me, change my heart, change whatever it is that you have to do in my life to fix this. And I had a really tough conversation with the Lord, and I remember I pulled my phone out, and instead of speaking out loud, I just wrote down all of my thoughts and just said, this is where I'm at. This needs to change. And I just heard him say back, I've given you a good job. I've given you all these good things. Are you honoring me with the way that you're living your life? And when God asks you that, the answer is no. It's clearly, you're not going to argue with him. Right. And I committed right then and there to take every one of my commission checks and put it towards my debt.
That's great.
And
how long did it take you to pay off your debt?
From the moment after the healing process, when I started that, it took me less than a year. Wow. And this was a large number of, and it wasn't, I know there's a lot of young guys watching this right now, you've got a lot of student debt. It wasn't student debt. So it was dumb debt that I decided to make. And I paid, right when COVID started, the Lord blessed me with my best sales month I've ever had. And I was able to pay half of it off in 1 month.
So I want to be clear as to what happened, okay? Mm-hmm. So you're at this Block Guy event, you feel convicted, you're like, okay, God, I got to get this right. I'm not honoring God with my finances. So you made a decision right there. You started to heal. You addressed the areas. You said, God, I'm going to give you my first. I'm going to be generous. Mm-hmm. I'm going to focus on that. And then I'm going to take every commission check, and instead of going on vacation and using it to my own self, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to skip some stuff, skip some fun. I'm going to spend a year paying off my debt. And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, and I expected this to take 4 years.
God's something. I'm telling you, when we do things God's way, he expedites things we never thought possible. Yeah. So I commend you for that. I'm sure there were some good godly men in your life that were around you. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could just speak to the importance of having godly men, godly friendships, godly community in your life.
And it's important that you use the word godly, because this isn't like your friends that you've grown up with, and I hope that they are godly friends, but it's godly friends. And I think anyone who's watching this, I've just asked the question, how do you do your life without it? Like, it's a thought in my mind, like, how do you do your life without a group of godly men in your life? Just living's hard.
Hi, 2020.
Yeah. And we all go through our own stuff. And if you don't have this group that you can just vent to and share your life, because God's promises are yes and amen. And I believe that, and I go after the Lord, and I to believe those promises, but life gets in the way and it brings you down, and the enemy has a way to tell you that this is a lie, and you need that group of people that are going to speak into your life and tell you, no. They're going to encourage you, they're going to motivate you, they're going to tell you the truth, they're going to speak the truth into you, and whatever it is that you're going through, you just need that group that's just going to bond with you. And yeah.
Chris, absolutely incredible story. Thank you for sharing. My encouragement to you, if you don't have some godly friends, some men of God in your life, get them. Join a group. Meet somebody online. Connect with us at Block Guys. I don't care if you live around the world. We want to connect with you. The best thing you can do is make some brothers in Christ, and it'll carry you. And maybe you're going to have a journey of being debt-free or free from a whole bunch of other stuff from a sportscast. I believe God can do it. Chris, thank you for your time. I'm smelling something real good right now, so I'd love it if Derek would share with us. Derek, take it away right now.
Yeah, it's just me. I'm over here cooking up all this food.
Yeah, all by himself.
Well, we are back with Uncle Mayor, and we're done with the cheesesteaks. We got some wings and some. Uncle Mayor, tell us what we got going on here.
We got some hot wings going on. Real good hot wings.
You can't have sports without hot wings.
No, you gotta have hot.
It's a standard. It's a staple.
And I like them hot because I like everything spicy. You know?
Little kick.
Yeah, so earlier I explained to you how I marinate these wings. I cook them for half hour so they're fully cooked. I'm gonna show you that.
Yeah, take us through the process.
So, you know, we just cook them out. I already cooked them out. They come out, they wanna look like this, nice
beautiful.
and crispy.
Nice and crispy.
Right?
Gotta have a little crisp to it.
It's gotta be crispy.
Then what's next?
So I'll just dump them in here like this. Get these out. All right, so they're nice and crispy.
Those wings are looking good.
Look how the big jumbo wings,
Oh,
man.
nice.
These are
great
beauties.
size.
Yeah, these are beauties.
Now, you could just eat them like that, but we're not going to do that, though, right?
No.
You got some secret sauce now.
I made a
you need to
little
get your
sauce.
notepad out.
Yeah, I made a little
You need to
sauce
take some
for you.
notes, because we're going to get your secret sauce recipe.
I'm going to share a little bit of it. I'm not going to give it all to you, all right?
You're going to
So don't
leave
get
out
all
like
excited,
one.
fellas. But guess what? You know what? When you're entertaining, man, you're going to knock it out of the park.
Okay, all right.
All right,
So tell us what we got.
So I got my favorite hot wing sauce. So it's a red hot sauce that I use. You can get any one that you guys like. What I do is I'll put, if I put a quart of hot wing sauce in there, I'll put a pint of my favorite barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Just to sweeten it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'll boil that out, squeeze a little lemon in it. Now, you could kick it up a notch if you want. You could put a little bit of hot peppers in there. There's some guys go out and get like an insanity sauce or a habanero sauce.
Oh, no.
That things will knock you up, they'll just knock.
Yeah, we're not going to sleep with that.
You got to eat a roll with that, glass of milk. For me, I can handle it.
I need some Pepto-Bismol for that.
So, and then what I do is I'll boil that out, and then I'll take a nice pat of butter, and I'll just set it in here like I did here, right?
Butter makes everything better.
It does.
That's right.
It does. Who doesn't love butter?
That's right. So then
But
butter.
I don't cook that butter down.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to break up. I want it to have some consistency,
Nice,
a little bit of
nice.
creaminess, right?
Okay.
So then I'm just going to dump these in here like this.
Oh,
And now you see that butter
Jesus.
is adhering to these wings, see? And you're going to just look how nice that looks, man.
Are you guys seeing this?
And how about the smell?
That smells great.
Is that hot and spicy or what? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna plate these up for you, my man. Meantime, let's do some French fries.
Got some French fries?
Yeah, let me get these in there. All right.
Dip those down.
Just so we could get
And do
going.
you put any season on your fries?
Yeah,
or?
yeah, I got some right here. We're gonna talk about that in a
Okay,
minute.
all right.
All right, now don't get ahead of yourself. All right. So these are fresh cut fries. You see
Nice.
I leave the skin on them a little bit.
Yeah, a little skin on.
Yeah, it's nice. Just a nice
Got
thing.
that sizzle. I
Gotta
love the
have
sound of the
everything nice and
sizzle.
fresh. We want nothing. We don't want none of that processed stuff. You know what I mean?
That's right.
All right. So I made these wings. These are flats. Oh, that's like a drumstick. This is a flat, right? And see how that wing sauce is adhering to that meat. And that's the ticket right
Man,
there.
I wish you guys could smell this
Look
sauce.
at that, man. See that?
Now I'm taking notes.
So, You better be taking notes because I'm coming to your house for dinner. I'm watching the Eagles game at your house, brother.
Well, I'm not gonna hold you. When you come over, I'm gonna order from somewhere else, and
What do you mean you're gonna order from somewhere else?
I'm gonna throw the bags
Gator by Mario's, man.
I'm gonna put a secret order in.
All right.
And you're gonna think I made it. But it really is a bag in the trash can.
You know what you gotta do? You gotta get somebody to order for you, so I don't know you order.
There
when
we
you
go.
invite me, because you gotta order from my place. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right. You were telling me earlier that some people do that. They buy from you and then pass it off.
They do. I'm telling you, the women all around the tri-state area, they get the a la carte meals. They'll get my chicken franchise, my chicken Marcel. They get the baked ziti. They have people over. They plate it up on their pretty plates, and they say they do it. And I tell them, you better tell them that you did it, because I want you to keep entertaining. So they're gonna keep on entertaining.
So fellas, when you go over and you have dinner, check the trash cans, because she might be faking. She might be lying. She didn't cook that meal.
Well, guess
it
what?
really came from
Mario's.
Uncle Mario's.
Uncle Mario. Catered by Mario's. We do the tri-state area. We own the venue here. We have a venue up in the Northeast. We do off-premise catering. Unfortunately, we're in COVID right now, so I can't sit here and tell you that we do 30 people to 3,000, which we do, but we're not in that situation just yet. We also have everything COVID compliance. If you guys are out there and need something at your house or at your at your work, I make up dinners, all in a package that's just handed to people. So
nice.
you're at work,
nice.
That kind of stuff.
And where can they find you?
Oh, cateringbymario's.com.
You have a YouTube channel?
We do. I have a YouTube channel. I do Cooking with Mario show.
Nice.
Got some cool things there,
Yeah.
I got some awesome book in there. I got a lot of Italian stuff.
Nice.
I also have some, I'm putting some other stuff in there.
You got some things
I got spare ribs.
Okay.
Came out great. You got to try it.
If ever you need someone to be there, be a taste tester, you know who to call.
Well, yeah,
all right?
I call Joey. Joey loves it. Pastor
He's
Joey.
Always eating. He's always eating.
He's my taste tester.
Don't call him anymore.
Let's talk about this.
What do you got here? Blue
dip.
cheese?
This is a blue cheese
Nice.
dip. You gotta have blue cheese with your wings. I mean, right?
You have to. It's a must.
What did
Not
you say
ranch.
to me earlier about
blue cheese?
About the ranch?
Yeah, no ranch. We don't do ranch.
But they're fakers, right?
They're
Fugazi. The Fugazi.
You said that.
I made that real simple to do.
And you got real blue cheese crumbles in there too.
Equal parts sour cream, your favorite mayo, some Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
And then some good crumbled blue cheese. Don't go too crazy. You can, because blue cheese you can get some really good stuff that you would just want to eat it the way it is. You don't even mess that. All right, so I'm going to put some of that in here to dress up this plate a little bit.
Yeah.
Get some of this blue cheese out of there. And you're on your way, my man.
I'm on my way.
Look at that, huh?
You guys wish you were here to get some of this, but you're not, so.
Yeah, so you're going to indulge.
I am. Okay, right, I got to do one hand.
Now, you got to do one hand. I'm going to have to get you a mic holder. You want me to hold that for you?
No, I got it.
All right, you got it?
It's a flat.
All right, now watch that tail.
Now, guys, now this part I can teach you. I might not know how to cook the wings, but I can tell you how to dip a wing in some blue cheese, all right?
Yeah, man.
So you take the wing. Now you got to get a good slather on there, all right?
There you go.
Good slather. All right, here we go.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Now, usually, I do this in privacy in my home, so. You wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on them fries too. So you can eat some wings, or I want to pull them up. I don't want to burn them.
No, you pull that up. I'm just gonna keep eating my wing.
You keep eating your wings. Look at
I
these
have no
fries.
shame in my game.
Look how nice them fries look.
Beautiful golden brown.
That's what we want.
That's what I'm going for.
All right, they're golden brown. They got nice texture. I'm gonna hit it with some base seasonings.
Nice.
A lot of people love that in Philly. You love the base seasoning. I little doctored it all up. We're gonna get that real good. Okay.
Now I'm not gonna hold you. This wing.
All right.
This wing.
Good. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I want to show you how nice these fries came out. All right. I'm sorry about only having this here, so we're gonna double dip, but it doesn't matter. Listen, can you hear that?
Yes.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Can you hear that out there, guys? Look at that. I'm telling you, they're crispy. They're just really. This is the way you want to eat your French fries, right?
Now, if you're classy, you hold your finger up like this and eat your wing.
Oh yeah. Huh? That's when you go to.
Okay. I'm just gonna put one wing here. Try one of the
Yeah,
fries.
you got it. You got it. I'm gonna eat one of them too.
It's hot.
It's hot. The way I like it. Hot.
I'm gonna blow it.
Oh yeah. Don't hurt yourself now. I've been doing this for 40 years. My fingers are numb. I can pick them up with my hand. You know what I mean, Derek? They don't call me Superman for nothing.
That's great.
Thanks, buddy.
So we've learned all the secrets here. I hope you were taking notes.
Take notes. Don't forget, cater by Mario.
That's right. Order up.
With Mario and
eat up.
I just want to say this to everybody out there, all you guys out there. This is an awesome event. We need God in our lives.
That's right.
We need Jesus Christ in our lives. Everybody should know that.
That's right.
I'm so happy that my father and mother raised me the way they did.
That's right.
And made me the man I am today.
That's right.
So I wish you guys all the best. I wish my man here all the best.
Uncle Mayor, you're the best.
Everybody out here in this place are good men.
That's right.
And I'm proud to be around them all.
That's
they
right.
make me feel good.
You make us feel good, and you give us good food. So how about it, guys? Well, who's ready for our final segment of the night? I hope you're still tuned in. Let's go. Our final segment of the night. Pastor Joey, Justin, take it away.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
That
was
good.
incredible. Listen, Uncle Mayor, if somebody doesn't bring us some wings and some fries right now, I'm not paying rent next month. Somebody's getting fired. So please, somebody, bring us
some fries and wings.
Food. Like, anyway, all right. What are we doing here? Last segment.
Yes.
Here we are, last segment. Just can't think anymore. We're working so hard. We don't have any food. Nobody takes care of us. Here we go. My papers are everywhere.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. They better be extra crispy, Uncle Mayor, or I'm sending them back. If they're not extra crispy, please don't take that. You stand in front of the camera, then you take fries.
I know. Disrespectful.
He's getting a pay cut. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they're extra. Oh, good crisp. Oh. Which is, by the way, the only way to eat French fries is crispy. If you try to eat these soggy fries, like, are you? Oh.
But they're really good.
The seasoning on point.
Wow.
Uncle Mayor.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait, what family is
With a little kick.
That's what I want to know.
I just want to thank the Godfather, Mario and Kalingo, for this. Thank you. Wow.
You get that last crunch.
Good, crisp.
All right. Final segment. Let's take it home. Let's talk about our personal greatest sports moments ever.
Yes.
I'd love for you in the chat to let us know. Type it. Tell me what your favorite greatest sports moment is ever. If you're in the studio audience, chat it up. Let me know. Justin, let's start with you, man. What was your favorite greatest sports moment?
So my greatest sports moment was the Philly special. And I know everyone who's a Eagles fan, remembers that moment. So, yeah, just if you're watching now, just watch it now.
Maybe the single greatest moment in the history of humanity.
Yes. So the fact that, the score, they're going into halftime, just the moment that Doug Peterson decides to, 1, go for it on 4th down, 2, throw it to his quarterback. And he catches it.
Backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback.
Quarterback.
So that to me was just monumental. I think that changed the game. And when I saw that play, I automatically knew they were winning the Super Bowl.
I mean, I think watching that play, when that play happened, I think it became apparent that the Eagles were there to play and that they weren't going to shrink in the moment to Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Yes.
They changed everything.
Funny story. It was my birthday right before the NFC Championship game. The Eagles go and they beat the Vikings, okay? So before the Super Bowl. And my wife takes me to a restaurant for my birthday. My birthday's January 19th, okay? We're sitting in the restaurant. It's kind of like this, like you watch the cooking kind of, this kind of open bar type concept. Sitting there, and in walks Nick Foles. So I'm like, God sent me a birthday present,
Felt the glory cloud when he walked in.
I felt the
slow clap.
His glory shone on my face. And so the whole time, then Lauren's like, you're not talking to me. And I'm like, it's my birthday. If I want to talk to you, I'll talk to you. I'm looking at King Nick, you know, or whatever. And so finally I work up the nerve at the end, because you don't want to bother these guys while they're eating and whatever. And so, but I waited at the end of the night till he was, because they got here there after we did. And so, like, we were done our meal, and she's like, are we going to leave? I'm like, I got to wait till he's done his meal so I can go touch the hem of his garment. and so I went by and I touched him and I said, hey, let's get this win tomorrow, or Sunday. And it was Friday night. Let's get this win Sunday. And because I laid hands on him.
He played one of the most incredible NFC championship games.
I'm just saying.
Who's that guy?
So
he's like, who's touching me?
I'm just a lowly servant. He didn't need to know who I was and what I was there to do. Okay, but I did what I needed to do.
Yes.
Okay, so to Philadelphia,
The rest is history.
you're
Thank you.
welcome for that moment. Okay.
The virtue.
Yes. But yeah, so next, Miggs, what was your favorite sports moment?
So again, you know, everyone boos me, and that's totally fine. My favorite moment, 99 Eastern Conference Finals, Larry Johnson 4-point play. I think that's probably one of the greatest basketball plays I've seen, right? Because the guy, he had a pretty amazing game, a great, amazing series. He gets the inbound ball, it gets tipped, he pump fakes, gets fouled. I don't know if he really got fouled. Hits the three, runs half court, terrible foul shot, I think 82%. Against Reggie, right? So, and then he goes.
Reggie loved to do that.
I know he does. And then he hit the free throw. We win the series, and we became the first 8 seed ever to make it to the finals that year. So that was pretty amazing for me.
Yes. It was a good moment, and that team was a bunch of crazies, but you
had someone that would choke people. And you had
the thing is,
Chris Childs, Punch Kobe.
I know.
You
had the best quarterback in New York playing for the Knicks at point guard, Charlie Ward. How crazy is that? Charlie Ward. Come on.
And the thing is, I mean,
if best quarterback in New York.
If we're honest, basketball, the NBA is better when the New York Knicks are better. I mean, the 2 weeks that Linsanity was happening, people were losing their minds. The Knicks have a shot, and all this
unemployment went down. Like everything was just phenomenal. Like it was a miracle.
Has anyone been to Madison Square Garden?
It always sells out. It always sells. Not at the Wells Fargo. Madison Square Garden sells out all the time, brother.
Do you remember the days where everybody's fighting the Heat and the Knicks, and you remember John Starks and Ewing, and I missed
even the MJ Knicks beef.
I miss the Knicks. I miss the Knicks.
Back dropping double nickel.
Oh man, Jordan loved MSG.
He loved it.
Yeah, those days are over.
Those days are over.
Y'all try these? Do you guys try these wings yet?
I'll get to
I just had a bite, but I realized I got all over my face. So anyway, fantastic though.
Okay, I'm gonna try one. Not now though.
Abby, what do you think? What was your favorite?
So I'm gonna stay in New York. I love the Yankees. That's my squad growing up, and Derek Jeter. So in 0-1, the Yankees are playing the Oakland Athletics. They're down 2-0 in this series. There's a base hit to right field. Shane Spencer's the right fielder. He throws the ball, goes over the first baseman's head. Derek Jeter's the shortstop. He's not the cutoff man, actually, but he's coming out of nowhere. He gets the ball, flips it to Posada. They get Giambi. The Yankees end up winning that game 1-0, and then end up winning the next 2 games to win that series. And I just felt like that was one of those moments, like if you can think about kids and like how they go to shoot a basketball and they're like, oh, Kobe or MJ, whatever. That was a play that, I mean, if you were a kid who played baseball at the time, you were trying the Jeter flip. You know, you didn't even play shortstop, but you're the third baseman coming running over and you're like, I'm going to try, Jeter, and you're doing the backhanded flip. And I think just there's that, and that year there was so much. That was this game actually happened in the middle of October because the season got pushed because of September 11th. So there's a lot of people in New York rooting for the Yankees.
Yes. Yeah.
They end up going on in the second series to beat the Seattle Mariners, who had just broken their record from '98. They won 116 games, the Mariners, that year, beat them, and then took the Diamondbacks to Game 7 and lost on a Luis Gonzalez over. But that was, it was one of my moments.
See all those people in the stands?
Missed that.
That was nice. Yes. Would you go sit in the stands right now?
For
house?
sure.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know, man.
Can I take the wings with me, though?
I'd sit in the stands. I'd sit in an Eagles game full. I'd go into arena right now. I'd go to MSG right now for Jordan. Guaranteed.
For Jordan.
Jordan's in Charlotte right now.
I thought you were saying
like you were guaranteed to get sick.
NASCAR?
I'd still go for
Julius Randle.
Jordan's worried about NASCAR right now.
Wait, what? Did we forget to put NASCAR in there? Gentlemen, start your entry. Whatever. Okay. I think that was a great moment. Yeah.
So, Ismail, what was your favorite moment?
Yeah. So for me, it's 2001. I'm in the 7th grade. It's the NBA Finals, and it's Game 1. In LA, when AI drops 48 and steps over Tyronn Lue to go on to lead the Sixers to that overtime win over the Lakers. I'll never forget that step over. for the rest of my days.
For the rest of my life.
Disrespectful, just real disrespectful. And it was just a big moment because Tyronn Lue had him locked up for like 20 minutes. You didn't know if the Sixers were going to win, and he came back and hit that shot.
The original step back. None of this.
Exactly. Now it's James Harden.
Just the way he looked down at Tyronn Lue.
Look at
He's like, who are you? Like, you guarding me? He's like, come on, son, bye. Like,
Excuse me.
He didn't even care.
Man, I'm telling you, Allen Iverson, he embodied everything you wanted out of someone who played sports in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Like, I remember I was in summer school, and I took the newspaper to school the next day. It said David and Goliath. I literally walked around school all day with the newspaper. And why I was in summer school is another conversation. But but I was trying to walk over. That's kind of what Doc did to Tyronn Lue too, because
Right for that job.
Right? I mean,
Right for the job.
He was trying to get the job, then Doc took it, stepped over him. Hopefully he wins a few more games than Allen and
The Sixers did.
the Sixers did, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's me, huh?
Yep.
Well, I think mine's a little more personal, okay? I, grew up watching the Eagles, and like all of us, and I think my first favorite Eagles season was Ray Rhodes. I mean, I was coming into my own sort of understanding of sports. It was like, I remember Ray Rhodes, I remember the Eagles, Ricky Waters. You remember Ricky Waters, one of my favorite players. Say what?
Old Ricky Waters when he said, for who, for what?
Yeah. Anyway, but thinking about that, watching games with my dad, and then my dad instilling in me that it probably wasn't ever going to be possible for the Philadelphia Eagles to win a Super Bowl as long as we're alive, and for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, what I did. So my son was born September 1st, 2017. So the Eagles, right? They started that year. I mean, they were great. My son was undefeated for weeks. He didn't lose a game. I'm telling you. So I took my son. We had this big Super Bowl party down in Center City at our Center City location, and so I brought him and I made him stay the whole time. And so my son's like 5 months old, and I'm like, I have to hold him close for this moment. So at halftime, I wanted our good luck charm to be there and to speak life over the Eagles. And again, the reason we won is because Janik was in the house, just praying prayers. And so there is my son and I. That is my favorite moment. I will hold on to that forever. And man, I think we can win again.
Maybe not.
Is Foles coming back?
Eventually.
Everybody has to be healthy.
Chicago, make a few phone calls.
Gentlemen, I think we've had an extraordinary night.
Yes,
I
it was
hope you
amazing.
guys learned from Justin and I,
Yes.
and thank you
The
for
greatest
being
sports
Maybe
opinions.
Justin.
Yeah, maybe Justin. For
The
sure.
greatest sports opinions.
Listen, I'm just saying, okay? We know what we're talking about, don't we,
Yes,
Justin?
we
We should
do.
do this again. Great
Yes.
job. I had a great time. Yeah, come on, in the studio audience, can you give it up? It was a great night. Come on, online. I hope you had an amazing time. We're out of here, and we will see you soon.
Well, what an amazing night it has been. It's been crazy. Oh, man, we're so glad that you are with us tonight for the Block Guy Sportscast. We can't wait to have another one. But if you're new, don't forget to fill out the connection card. Until next time, over and out. Yeah!